make 'em bounce.
Welcome to yet again another Skinwalker story video. This time I have two very bone-chilling stories to tell you, both of which are from people who have submitted into my email, and both of which who want to remain anonymous. 1. I stumbled upon a witch. Hi, I know your channel is new and I loved your first video, which I recently stumbled upon. I don't know if you know much on skinwalkers or the current ongoing trends with them, but I thought that I should submit my story to you. I'm only 16 and live with my parents just a few miles from Arizona. This happened quite recently. I had gone on a walk out in the bush with my pet dog. A friend of mine had told me some spooky stories from a nearby old cabin. I think it was a hunting cabin many years ago, but due to the neglect, it's more than a few pillars of stone that still remain standing. My friends keep trying to convince me that it's some old witch's house, but I call BS. So I had thought to myself that I'd go out there and investigate, prove them wrong, and that it was just an old hunting cabin. However, when I got near to this old cabin, I felt like the temperature had dropped. My dog started acting up as well. I also noticed that all the animals around here had gone silent, followed by the odd rustling of leaves nearby. It freaked me out big time, so I decided to try and head back home. But that's when I saw an old lady, hunched over, shuffling in my direction. She started whistling, and then she began to call my dog, but I noped the F out and I picked up my dog and booked it out of there. I don't know who that old lady was, but shortly after I left and got home, I kept hearing weird howling outside, and I often spotted the odd deer or two outside, one of which continued to look inside my house, looking right at me. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I swear I'll never listen to my friends again. Story 2. That's no deer. Please call me Anon. I'm 20 years old and I believe I saw what people are calling these skinwalkers. I'm a hunter. I do archery hunting and often score the odd buck or two, so I know what deers look like. On one of my recent hunting trips, I'd gone with my friend. We made a bet to go out hunting and split up. Whoever caught the best game would be shouted dinner. Now, hunting bucks can be dangerous. They are big, dangerous, and very unpredictable. I'd come prepared wearing my camo gear, a doe collar, and protection as well as a satellite phone, just in case anything went wrong. I'd made it half a mile on my own when I came across a grazing herd. I'd spotted a young, stunning buck. He seemed pretty well built and a perfect trophy. Maybe they caught my scent in the wind, but suddenly they all took off. Not wanting to miss my chance, I followed carefully, trying to keep a tag on my trophy. Maybe 3 minutes later, I caught up with them in a dense part of the forest. I decided I had the perfect advantage here, and climbed up a small tree. There was no wind, no nothing that could have tricked them off about me. I got my gear ready and pulled back the bow, prepared to fire. Then, again, all of a sudden, the herd hightailed it out of there for no reason. I was pretty frustrated and thought maybe I should just give up now while I still can. And just then, as I was about to get down, I smelt something in the air. It smelt like dead bodies and wet fur. When I had looked down, I had sourced out the smell. There was a large buck below, staring right back at me. But its eyes looked human. Its body was far too skinny, and to top it off, it was walking on its hind legs, looking oddly disfigured. Most of its joints seemed to pop outwards, and how it managed to even walk, let alone breathe, amazed me. Then in this harsh voice it says,
"Come down to play."
The very word seemed like it had never spoken English before. I stayed in that tree for at least a full entire hour until it left. I was far too scared and caught up with what had just happened to even get down. Must have taken close to another hour before my friend found me after radioing in. I swear I'll never go hunting again. Its voice still haunts my dreams. If you have any spooky, scary stories from skinwalkers to wendigos, by all means don't be afraid to send them in to my email. If you'd like to suggest me to read any particular stories out there on the internet, you can also send me a link in my email or comment down below. I'd also like to add a very small side note. Halloween is coming up very soon, and I hope you all have a very happy, spooktacular time. And remember, don't let them in when they knock.